This is the story of Hank and Pap's River Adventure, starring Hank and Pap. Written by Pap. Narrated by Pap. And photography by Pap. One day, Hank said to Pap, "Hey Pap, I'm thinking that we should go on an adventure." Pap said, "Oh really, Hank? And where would you like to go for our adventure?" And Hank said, "To the river." So Pap went over to Hank's house, and they drove off to the river. Hank had his boots, a jar for cool stuff, a backpack with snacks, and a hat to keep ticks off his head. Ew, ticks. Pap and Hank found a trail and started walking. It's adventure time. Oh, but look out, Hank. Not all plants are friendly. See that? That's poison ivy, and that's not good for your skin. Hank asked, "What will happen?" Pap said, "It will turn red and bumpy, and it will itch and itch and itch. Remember, Hank, leaves of 3, let them be." Hank promptly ignored Pap and kept walking. Hank doesn't just like to walk on the trail. Hank also likes to climb on top of trees that have fallen over. Hank and Pap saw lots of ants and other bugs on the tree, but Hank did not step on the bugs. You have to be careful when you are in the woods, because that's their home, not ours. Hank looked down and said, "Ooh, look at this." And then he sat down and looked very studiously at his hand. Pap asked, "What you got there, Hankster?" Hank said, "I found a cool rock." "Let me see it," said Pap. "Oh, neat. It's shaped like a little heart." Pretty soon, Hank and Pap walked through a clearing. "Look," said Hank, "a little lake." Hank and Pap saw lots of sycamore trees and lots of dead trees that were washed up by the river. Hank said, "Hey Pap, can I throw this rock into the water?" "Of course, you have to. You have to make a big splash." Hank held up a rock, and he pulled his arm way back, and he focused, and he threw the rock to make a giant splash. The rock left his hand, and it flew through the air. It sailed towards the water, and then it went... Well, that was a bit anticlimactic, wasn't it? But you're still little, Hank, so it's hard to pick up big rocks. I'll bet you could make a big splash with your feet, Hank. Hank asked, "Can I splash in the water?" "Of course," said Pap. "That's why you're wearing boots." So Hank picked up his right foot and splashed it into the river, and water went everywhere. Hank lifted up his foot again and splashed it into the river again, and water went everywhere. Hank got a little closer and a little deeper, and then he jumped with both feet into the river. "That was a huge splash, Hank." Hank and Pap both laughed. After a while, it was time to head back. Hank and Pap headed back to the trail. Hank was tired, so Pap carried his backpack and ate some of Hank's goldfish. Not real goldfish. They were crackers. Hank found some more cool rocks. "Put 'em in your pocket, Hank." "But remember, Hank," said Pap, "be careful walking in the woods. Leaves of 3, let them be." And that's why it's best to stick to the trails. And that is the story of Hank and Pap's River Adventure. Hopefully, we'll have more adventures soon. Where would you like to go next, Hank?